Right, let's take a deep dive on this beautiful Sunday. I'm doing it outside since the weather finally improved, so I decided to come back to the UK. I have a feeling before we start pulling cards, before I start shuffling, this might be a message especially significant for those of you who in the past week or the last few days you've experienced you could even feel, especially during the night time, the energy shift, the rising frequency that is currently happening in our planet. And that is also due to three major planets shifting as well, the collective planets. And one of them as well was like Jupiter as well is there's something happening in the 12th house and in Pisces. So and this is like a last house, so this is a house of awakening. So I feel this will be for those of you who are really hitting this spiritual awakening. Two of Pentacles, Queen of Cups. So I feel with this one as well, and having this dolphins and just speaking about Pisces energy as well, so this dreamland as well, and with this Two of Pentacles and Queen of Wands, it feels like there is some kind of a choice, like definite choice in the terms of passion as well, with the Wands energy and with the Queen's energy, and also nurture, since that's feminine energy for the Queen. There's something about nurturing yourself. There's something about finally coming out of this fog and of this limbo and of this juggling as well. I feel like, yeah, what also is coming through, that a lot of things are coming to the surface. There's a lot of truth at the moment coming to the surface. And I feel a lot of you specifically will be discovering this truth about yourself as well. And what is it that really puts you in this royal energy and really puts you in this Wands energy, which is, whoa, someone like a really nice green beetle just landed as well. That might be significant. Oh my god, that distracted me, dude. And also, like, looking at this picture here where that crow is handing that wand to this lioness, I think this is very significant. It feels like spirit guides in some sense are handing you some sort of knowledge, and for a lot of you that might have been happening through the past few days, and in a sleep, if you manage to get any sleep at all, because I feel like a lot of yours, like usual routine and the usual sleep pattern might have been disturbed. I know mine had, definitely. And I feel with this, it had a lot to do with the downloads and the knowledge that you acquired in that time as well. And I feel like you might feel like a different person today. So let's get some more cards in regards to this message, Spirit. We have a time for a deep dive. Finally. I know it's been a while. Hope you missed me. Wow. Okay. Two of Swords on the bottom as well. Yeah, so I feel this is like specifically speaks of taking off this blindfold, because that was on the bottom. So this is, I feel like this refers to something that you might have been avoiding, being on the bottom, like, you know, you might have been avoiding facing certain truth, but I feel like, you know, there's no running away from it anymore. Truth has to come out. Truth has to come out. Yeah, and King of Swords came out as well, which also is a card of truth, honesty, leading with the truth and honesty. And I feel like massively as well refers to this awakening that a lot of you is currently going through, this heavy awakening, and also this control that you're taking over your life as well. Yeah, Four of Pentacles, Eight of Swords. So I feel with this, you might have been isolated for some time, or like, you know, with this Eight of Swords as well, blind and restricted, confused big time, like in this hole of like void. Yeah, the void like kind of comes through as well. You might have felt like you're literally living in that void, that there's nothing around you, nothing to look forward to, like, you know, just darkness and pain, really, with this Four of Pentacles. So precisely that's why you might have felt yourself to be called to hibernate and to protect your energy as well. Okay, let me just get some more cards on this. Ooh. Knight of Pentacles. So with this is like a steady progress as well, what comes through for one of the first things. So this has been a process for you. This has been a long process for you, and you finally arriving in the end of that. Eight of Cups. This is like leaving behind the unfulfillment as well. And what I heard as well with that, like for a lot of you are going to be leaving situations like from the emotional sense of that, relationships, friendships, where you don't feel like you're getting much in return. Like this is the energy of sort of walking away from all of it. Five of Cups as well on the bottom, because it's causing you sadness, like this void as well that comes through. Like you need to choose yourself. Five of Swords, Five of Wands. That's energy of conflict. You might have been around some sort of conflict. You might have had to fight a lot for your place, for your word to be heard. There's been a lot of fighting in your life. And I feel that's why in this last week or so, a lot of you might have had a lot of recollections and re-evaluation of your path until this point, and taking that control with full honesty, integration, and desire as well, and that passion as well, looking at these wands. King of Pentacles is on the bottom. I feel this refers to a lot of you finally finding that stable ground within yourself, that peace and calmness, and also creating something for yourself that's giving you that financial stability and security in life. I feel like a lot of you, this is exactly what you might believe in behind the Sun. There isn't a happy energy, and also that's clarity. That's like a shining light on that truth of yours. There is no more hiding in that dark. You've done your healing. This is like healed energy. And in that past week, you might have, that's why you received all this necessary knowledge from your higher self, from the higher spirit as well. I've got one on the floor. I'll pick it up in a minute. I'll just finish this. You might have received a lot of information during night time. That's why, and also if you're like especially sensitive, so that's why you might have been losing sleep over this, because you might have had a lot of like light bulb moments, and a lot of things were clicking into place, and your mind was just literally on that overdrive. And yeah, like this, like with this Eight of Swords, like, you know, you might have felt like that was quite a lot to process, quite a lot to think through, and it happened in a very short time as well. It's like all of your experiences and everything that you went through up to this point, it all kind of struck you at once, and you kind of had like this big, oh my god, like this is where I was going wrong, this is what I was doing wrong. You kind of got this clear realization of where you were going wrong. And with Three of Pentacles as well in here, so I feel like this is you're finally working on mostly on yourself. Like you are done giving away your energy. Yeah, like with this Four of Pentacles, so I feel this refers to you claiming it back. You claiming back all the energy that you gave away, you sent away in all the places, people and things. Seven of Pentacles, rebuilding as well. This is all big energy of overcoming shadows and rebuilding. Yeah, Four of Swords I picked up in reverse, so I'm gonna read it in reverse. So this is end of this rest period. You've rested enough, and coming back to this recollection of these experiences that you went through. And yeah, Three of Swords on the bottom. There was a lot of pain in your life, but it's finally time to turn it all around and look towards the sun. Look towards the sun. And as well with the lioness's image as well in here, which means like you creating that own happiness for yourself as well, not relying on other people to make you happy. Stop that crap. You know that's you know is impossible, you know, because happiness comes from within. We decide that we want to be happy within ourselves, not waiting for somebody else to come and enlighten us. Enlightenment happens individually, and I feel this is exactly what is going on with a lot of you. There's a Three of Cups on the bottom, so I feel like this might refer to you finally putting yourself out there, celebrating with friends, or maybe even like expanding your friends circle, like, you know, coming together with people like-minded, people who can help you on your path. Yeah, you joining forces with people who finally going to add to your life, not take away from it. This is really beautiful and very powerful. My god, they're just going on the floor. Oh, hold on. Hierophant. King of Wands, yes. And I feel like this, because we started as well with the Queen of Wands. There's a Two of Wands and the Empress as well. Where's my Queen? And Hierophant. I feel this in a big way, like, you know, there will be a double layer to this, I feel. In a big way, this is you integrating both masculine and feminine. And this is you at the same time being, you know, nurturing, fun, giving, you know, but at the same time, like, you know, with this King of Wands, like, You're taking control over your life. You're taking control over your life. And with this Hierophant, like, you know, you are very dedicated to this new chapter. You are very dedicated to this. 111 I just seen. But also, double layer with that. I feel that the moment you, once and for all, where's my 2 of Cups? Once and for all kind of walk away from the unfulfilling connections that hasn't brought anything into your life other than what's the word for it, Spirit, please? For all the connection that didn't bring anything into your life other than confusion, other than more questions than answers. I feel like, you know, this is what you're walking away from. The connections that are not choosing you as well. You might have felt like you've not been chosen by somebody that you've possibly invested yourself in, or somebody that you've like, yeah, with the 7 of Pentacles, like, you know, you were hoping for them to grow with you, or for them to grow up in general, but it might not have happened. But I feel like, you know, there's this clarity showing in your life right now. Yeah, looking at that sun again, this clarity is finally shining through, and you're realizing that oh my god, how silly it was of you to kind of put yourself in that waiting room, or how silly it was for you to keep a space for somebody who clearly doesn't care enough for you to choose you. And that is very important in here, because, you know, let's not forget, actions always speak louder than words. And if somebody, you know, I did see something the other day as well, which kind of really struck me. I can't remember what sort of creator that was. I've only seen it for the first time, but this was like kind of really, really hit me as well when, you know, she said that your person, that's not going to be an exact words, but your person, the person that loves you, would not be able to stand to see you upset, would not be able to see you stand to even imagine that you're crying over them, or that you're sad. They would not be even able to stay away from you for so long, because it would hurt them as well. So in a big sense, whatever you've been holding on to for so long, yeah, with this 4 of Pentacles, whatever you've been holding on to, like, and looking on the top of that card as well, so things that you've been holding on to in here, like, you know, it's time to sort of release them. Like with these birds and this rabbit, it's time to release it, because, like, you know, with this thorns in here as well, I feel that refers to this restriction and this pain that it caused you as well. I feel like you're ready to a lot of you are here already, truly ready to put this behind. And also image of this 2 of Wands, and I really love it on this card, because you've got the Lion and the Lioness, and look what we've got here as well. In the King of Wands and Queen of Wands, we've got a Lion and a Lioness. So I feel, and this Hierophant in the middle. So I feel this refers, you know, coming back to this double layer of this message, I feel like this refers to a lot of you finally meeting your fire, and finally finding a reflection in somebody with whom you're gonna create something serious as well. And with this 2 of Wands, you both are going to take a new direction together. And this, my god, yeah, with having all the other cards and this all energy of the overall reading, is definitely, like, you know, leaving conflict behind, and leaving something that's, you know, the fight as well. There's the big element of fighting here for something, like, you know, you've been fighting for something to somebody. You know, obviously it's going to be different for everybody, but there's like an element of you fighting for something that wasn't coming in, something that you really, really wanted. But I feel like, you know, now you finally realizing, like, you know, with this King of Swords here, that you got this full clarity of the fact that, hold on a second, like, you know, maybe I have been wrong about this, maybe I have been wrong about this connection. There's also, like, with the King of Swords, there's the looking in the mirror, and as well admitting to yourself, which is, it's a hard thing sometimes to admit that we were wrong. That, you know, it's a hard thing to admit, you know, we are creatures of ego, and so sometimes it's hard for us to admit that, you know, shit, maybe I was wrong, you know, maybe I've imagined this, maybe I've put this person on some sort of pedestal in here, and maybe the whole purpose of this person coming into my life was to activate my light. And I feel this is like this realizations that a lot of you are finally arriving at, these conclusions that you're arriving at, that, hold on a second, you know, maybe after all I was actually wrong. And you are massively not afraid of admitting to mistakes, and that's great, because we all make mistakes. We all make mistakes. We're human. You're not a human person if you're not making fucking mistake. Only robot wouldn't make a mistake. Yeah, maybe. What's on the bottom? Ace of Wands. So something is about to spark you up, spark a lot of you up. There's arrival of something new that's going to help you build. Yeah, there's this spiders. I love this on these cards, like, which always refer to this rebuilding and building with passion in here as well. And I feel like, looking at this fireflies, that might refer to something that is going to creep up on you unexpectedly. This might be in referring, like, for some of you, to a person that you completely not expect to find attractive, or to fall in love with, or things like that, or in terms of, like, career. So there might be some kind of promotion waiting for you that you're completely not expecting. There's something is arriving in your life that's going to reignite your passion for life. Let's see if there's anything else that wants to come forward for this message. The Devil. I feel like this speaks of this restrictions, and as well, you finally realizing that maybe you have been under a spell of some kind of a devil. And you, like, because on a traditional devil, on a traditional card, there was two, oh my god, Queen of Swords came out as well. There was image of obviously two people in chains, and this chains being loose. So I feel like this is this realization that you're arriving at right now, that oh my god, these chains were loose all along. I wasn't actually restrained. I just had to speak my truth, and I had to stand by my truth, through the uncomfortableness, through all the manipulation. Oh, that's why the Devil. Through the manipulation. Somebody have been manipulating you and pulling on your strings, playing with your heart, giving you scraps of attention just to kind of keep you in this devil energy, to keep you stuck, because they couldn't stand seeing you moving forward, moving on without them. Like, if it's speaking about relationships, if it's speaking about toxic friendships, it's a very similar situation. Somebody couldn't stand seeing you doing well, and that's why they might have hexed you, like, because when it comes to spells, because spelling words sometimes are enough to send some kind of negative vibration towards a person. And maybe you had that kind of things being sent towards you, and people like cursing you in some kind of a way, which you might have, as a sensitive empath person and energy reader, you might have been picking up, and you might have been listening to this too much. But having Queen of Swords coming out as much as my King of Swords. And let's not forget, because we've got another pairing in here. So coming back to that integration of yours that you're having, because I feel like this is speaking about that as well. But apart from that, look at the pair that we have here. So this speaks of a connection arriving in your life, and also having this Ace of Wands. So this new connection arriving in your life, sparking something within you. And also the person here in question, like, very intellectual. That's going to be a very intellectual bond, as much as, the attraction, the element of attraction is going to be quite heavy as well. Like, it's some sort of magnetic pull that is not allowing people to literally, like, kind of stay away from each other. And Queen of Pentacles and Queen of Swords. I feel like for a lot of you, this refers to a connection that starts with a lot of conversations. There's like a mutual understanding as well. Oh, hold on, because I was just about to say something, but like too many things came through. Connection in which you can express yourself openly without fear of rejection, without fear of being abandoned again. Yeah, a lot of you are about to cross paths with someone that's going to make you rethink everything about relationships that you knew up till this point. Right, okay, I feel like this enough with from tarot. Yeah, Seven of Cups as well. So right now, like I said, you might feel yourself to be a little bit confused. Yeah, Seven of Swords, which is this sneaking energy. Sneaking in a sense that I feel like, this will like sneak up on you when you're gonna be looking in another direction, or maybe you're going to be busy doing other things, and that's when, like, there is some kind of element of sneakiness in here. And I don't think that's not in a way malicious or anything like that, but I feel like this refers to something that you completely are not expecting. For a lot of you, you might even have somebody already in your life who is very fond of you, who finds you, like, attractive, intelligent, and enjoys talking to you. But you know, when it comes to expression of feelings, like, you know, they haven't come forward with that, or they haven't said anything like that. You might be friends or something like this, you know, and they might genuinely cherish your friendship. Because, you know, like I have this little kind of thinking yesterday that, you know, when it comes to relationships, they don't always last forever, but friendships tend to, like, you know, the good friendships tend to last a lifetime, right? So so I feel like this is this energy of like not wanting to maybe reveal themselves for some of you, in order not to mess up your friendship, if that makes sense. Yeah, Six of Swords, moving towards the calmer waters. So you leaving all this conflict here behind, and this confusion. Page of Swords, like taking charge. Here there's a moon, Nine of Cups showing on the bottom as well. So I feel like this speaks of all the illusions finally being removed, and you being able to see the path towards that ultimate wish fulfillment and that happiness a lot more clearer. I feel like I want to grab my angel oracle from the goddess guidance for this message, because I feel like this is like an empowerment message rather than a love reading. But I'm split into the true love. Some of you are about to experience what true love really feels like, because even though you've got a good heart, I feel like you have never really truly experienced real love. You gave it away because you love with a full heart, but you never had it reciprocated. So I think it's your time, it's your turn to finally feel what it's like. Infinite supplies. You are supplied for today and all of your tomorrows. I feel like, you know, you're going to be very spoiled with that one. Mother Earth as well. I feel like this is speaking about grounding as well through these changes, because a lot is happening in your upgrade, like, you know, you upgrading, and this requires you to ground yourself. Make sure you find time for yourself, to slow down a little bit, to rest. Everything's coming, like, you know, there's an infinite supply of all the great things coming your way, plus that true love blossoming as well. Yeah, you are about to kind of really truly bloom. You are just getting started, so have patience with yourself and the process, and do not give up. Like, don't give up now. Past life is coming out as well. It says this situation involves your past life memories. Isis as well. Wow. Okay. Whoa. Past life memories. Wow, this is deep. I feel like whatever you're going through right now, and this past life memories, I feel like you're going through not just, you know, you're going over not through just this lifetime, over this lifetime and whatever happened in this lifetime, but I think, like, you know, you are remembering a lot. A lot of you might be even getting like really tuned in and sensitive to even have memories of your past lives. I mean, you know, memories of everything really that you've been through, even like as a soul, not just as this human being in this incarnation. Like, you know, wow, this is really deep. Yeah, receptivity as well. You're receiving a lot of information from your intuition, from your higher self. And also, like it says, receptivity, like allow yourself to receive. It's your time to receive. Don't back down. Yeah, don't back down. Stand up for what you believe is right. And yeah, and there's this fire as well, which I feel is specific, and we talked about this fire at the beginning of this message, and I feel like this is exactly what is getting lit up inside of you. Golden opportunity card. So yeah, I'm going to finish it here, because I feel with this one as well, speaking of, there is something new that's going to approach your life, whether that's going to be in the romantic sector, in the career sector. Like I said, different for everybody. Take it how it resonates as well. But there is some kind of opportunity that's going to present itself to you, and it's saying that, you know, important doors are opening for you right now. So there's something that is currently happening right now, and it says walk through them. So whatever shows that's going to make you feel like, you know, you are safe, or you can be yourself, or in any way it feels like, you know, that you are growing, you know, yourself, and you feel that, you know, you're finally having this realization of like, you put all the pieces of puzzles together, and you kind of now understand why everything happened and what happened really to you and what was the result and all that. And obviously with this new opportunity being presented in your life, make sure you don't miss out. Make sure you don't close yourself off. Put that past in a past. Send blessing to anybody, whoever did you wrong, for yourself, not for them. For yourself, for your own peace of mind, because you're a good person. And yeah, and wait for this door. I mean, walk through this door that are currently opening for you, and don't fucking miss out. Okay, right, I'll leave you with that. Love you. Bye.